Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat's Trading for Living Wednesday Bank Nifty Expiry Live Session. Markets are kind of looking for direction since morning. After a couple of days of good gap up and good up move also. Today looks like markets are kind of taking a breather, or at least looking for some direction both in Nifty as well as in Bank Nifty. This is the Bank Nifty futures chart, opens at around 44,000, very close to 44,000. The day's high is 43,996 and day's low is 43,751. So this is how the odds are stacked up for today's trading session. You can see here from the highs of 43,996 has come down all the way to 43,751, and from there on kind of small pullback attempt is happening at around 43,850 is the current trading price. Coming to Nifty, opens at around 19,525. 19,500 is some kind of a technical resistance being watched by many of the technical analysts. So 19,525 is a important level, the high that has been made today. So from the highs of 19,525, you can see here Nifty has made a low of 19,495 and currently trading at 19,500, which means since morning it has not actually traveled much. The low is 19,474. Even otherwise it has traveled less than 50 points, and today being a Bank Nifty expiry, we have got one move from the top, but having said that, there is not much of movement after that. So this is the chart of both Nifty and Bank Nifty. Some amount of weakness may persist if Bank Nifty cracks morning's low. There are certain prominent red candles that is visible on the Bank Nifty chart in 15 minutes time frame, and if you see day's low being cut once again, then you can comfortably go short in today's trades. What about if it crosses the high? If it crosses the high, then probably though there are certain prominent sell signals already being established, still if it crosses 44,000, then there will be a breakout, because certain good green candles have happened yesterday and it will negate today's kind of sell momentum. So which means, to begin with, both Nifty and Bank Nifty are in kind of uptrend on the intraday chart, and based on today's developments, based on certain observations on today's progress since morning, we can say market is gaining some kind of weakness and not strength, which means if it goes on the downside, then there is more probability for the indexes to travel further down. But if it defies the trend and if it starts cracking the day's high, then based on yesterday's certain movements, then markets can actually make some good progress from here on. So this is the Nifty and Bank Nifty charts. If you have any queries on your positions or on any of the stocks that you want to discuss, we can talk on this. Otherwise, if you are been a regular observer of Trading for Living live sessions, then this is mainly for intraday traders who want to learn certain mechanics of the stock market and see how they can really progress or position themselves well in the stock market to be in the game for long. Making money is important, but more important is to stay in the game. Once you stay in the game for long enough, the other people in the game make enough mistakes for them to be of the game, which means staying in the game itself is will bring you lot of like you know finance or amount to your trading account. So this is the chart of Bank Nifty currently trading at 43,850 levels. Nothing much happening. If you are an intraday trader, just come and discuss with us your methodologies, then we can really help you how you are actually viewing the market and how exactly you should be viewing the market. In case you don't have any fixed methodology as such, then you can always discuss with us on how do we position ourselves on a daily basis, so that we do not end up making big mistakes in the market, and hopefully we can get some decent return over a long period of time. People think on an intraday basis there are possibilities of a particular options contract becoming 2x or 5x or 10x. Yes, it is possible, but it may not happen all the time. If you are looking for one-off scenarios, this is not a seasonal game. Intraday is not a seasonal game. Intraday is a regular business. So in a regular business, you should look for regular transactions, and you should look for regular small profits or regular small losses. If you are coming on an intraday time frame for big gains, then probably sometimes you do get lucky, and sometimes your assessment of the market will be proved right, and you will get that multi-x kind of a trade. But until the trade is done, we don't know whether the trade is a multi-x or not. So that being the case, we should always take small bets with small possibility of returns or small possibilities of losses. That way we can ensure once again we have certain capital left with us for us to trade once again in the coming sessions. Every day market opens at 9:15, closes at 3:30. Every day there is a possibility of making money or losing money, but it is up to you on how you view the market and how you are able to position yourself for a higher probability of success rate than failures. For that, you will need certain hand holding or certain mentorship or certain trainings for you to really assess the overall perspective of the market, and for that you will need a guru or a guidance from someone who has been doing this for really long time. So if you are really wanting to become a full-time trader, then you can explore our trading for living program, wherein we do individual mentorship. It is not like a classroom training where you just come and sit for a class and then attend few hours of live sessions or recorded sessions, and then you are on your own. Here more of mentoring and more of coaching, wherein we observe your trades, we observe your thought process, then we try to make the corrections. Many a times many things that what we say kind of the candidate or the student or the mentee already knows about that, just that they don't know where to apply it, when to apply it, how to apply it. It's not the lack of knowledge, it's the lack of wisdom, and wisdom comes with self-assessment, self-learning and self-observation. So in that endeavor, if we can be of some guidance or if we can be of some help, then that is what we are actually wanting to do as part of this trading for living program. Kind of muted activity going on in the market. Time is 12:20 now. $19,498 on Nifty and 43,830 on Bank Nifty. Both have almost stagnated. They have made a kind of a range since open, and opening movement has been slightly with a negative bias with some prominent red candles, which means like you need to be cognizant of the fact that the day is more of a negative day than a positive day. So there will be a chance either on the upside or on the downside during in the next couple of hours. Time is already 12:20, which means like you have another 3 hours to go. 3 hours is already done by in the process of just creating the range since morning. Yesterday was a very tough day. If you notice yesterday's chart, then any trader who's been actively trading would realize yesterday's trading session was a very challenging one. Very ferocious bull and bear fights were witnessed yesterday. Good movement on the downside as well as on the upside, but if you had caught on the wrong side, then probably you would have got caught on both the sides and the damage would have been pretty noticeable. For today, there is market is kind of little muted, so in case you have any queries, you can put your queries on the chat box. We will look into it and we will see if we can address them. If you want to become a serious trader, come to the channel more often. Even otherwise, subscribe to the channel and share the channel details with your fellow traders. Come for few minutes, sit, listen to the views, make up your mind and see if it can help you in any way in your trading journey. One, these are like free sessions. We are not SEBI registered advisors as such. We are not doing any advisory service and we do not have any SEBI registered research analyst tag. Whatever we are doing is more of expression of our views in the public forums, for which we can take the liberty of expressing our thought process. We can take a liberty of expressing our opinions in the generic forum and not for any monetary benefits. So that being the case, here we are 43,842, I guess. Has it frozen? Or yeah, 819, 826. The futures chart is showing 854 on my terminal. System is kind of becoming a little slow. Anyway, so this is with respect to today's chart movement. Bank Nifty into the second expiry for the month of November. On the expiry day, opens higher, and for the last 3 hours, large part of the day, it has maintained the downward trajectory and it is now trying to do one pullback. Whether this pullback will be successful or not, we need to wait and watch. If the pullback is successful and if it starts going towards day high, then you can think of going long at those levels. Or if it starts cracking the day's low without doing anything much, then this is more of a sell day than a buy day. So I have not used my MA broker charts today. I have been using TradingView chart since morning. Some updations going on for the MA broker chart, so I thought today let me just do the session with the TradingView. I don't have certain indicators on this because I don't use TradingView much. Very rarely do I use the TradingView charts I'm more comfortable using Amy Broker, which I've been using for many years now, and I have done the coding of my timely trend system in Amy Broker. So it will be like, it is easy for me to just look at the chart in Amy Broker and say where is the next level. It is slightly becoming a little difficult in trading view because I'm not tuned for trading views chart. I'm not tuned for its, like, its layout and its information, because once you get used to one kind of a routine, then it is better we stick to the same kind of routine for as long as possible, so that just at a click of a button like what the charts are doing and where are the important levels that you need to keep in mind for that particular counter, any chart for that matter. Adjust your charts in such a way that you become comfortable with that. Don't add too many indicators onto your charts, that will only confuse you. Even if you are a full-time trader, I would suggest, like, don't use too many confirmation tactics. I have seen many people, they will use one indicator for the first level of confirmation, they will want it to be seconded by another indicator, and they will always, like, by the time they look for confirmation and they get confirmed from all angles or from most of the indicators, the game is almost over for them, so they will never be able to enter. Make a kind of fair view on the market and just stick to that. Identify few levels where you will enter and where you will exit. Once you do that, it becomes easier. So keep your trading activities simple. That is what I just want to say. Do not have too many indicators which may not give confirmation, or confirmations may come quite late. It may not give conflicting confirmations. It may show similar confirmations, but that duration, the first indicator gives you confirmation, say something at around 10:30. The second indicator may still be in the working progress and it might give confirmation probably 5 minutes delayed, which means, like, you have already lost that 5 minutes in the market, and like, how timing the market is very important. So in that 5 minutes, we know, like, anything can happen. We have seen, like, these kind of big candles. Can you see in the cursor? I don't know whether these kind of big candles happen in less than 5 minutes. This is, even though I use 15 minutes candle, I know this is not the, it didn't take 15 minutes to go from here to here. It just took 5 minutes. And here to here also took less than 5 minutes. If you go and see the 5 minutes chart, you can see here this movement came in less than 5 minutes, and this movement came in 5 minutes. This continuation movement also came in 5 minutes, and by the time you see the 15 minutes candle, 3 big movements have already occurred. So if you wait for multiple confirmations on a intraday trading methods, then probably my experience is you will be delaying your entries, and delaying your entries means, like, you are losing that much more movement. All through the day we wait for 1 or 2 entries in a day, and even in that, after system one of the parameters showing a entry, and if the other parameter is still working on, and it might take another 5-10 minutes or another 1 or 2 more candles or another confirmation volume or whatever, then it becomes, like, little difficult for you to go with more conviction. People say, like, having more indicators means more conviction, but the more indicators will itself become a kind of a challenge for you to enter the trade. One confirmation, you don't have a conviction. Two confirmation, it is already too late. And then, like, you have to just wait and watch, and market does whatever it has to do for the day in a very short span of time, and rest of the time it is just a kind of so. Yeah, I think nothing much happening as of now in the market. Let us take a break from the live session for the day. Overall, the assessment for the day is markets have started on the uptrend itself, but the opening move has been on the downside with some prominent sell setups that is visible. So there is a lesser chances of market once again breaking day's high, and more chances of markets breaking the current day's low. On the Nifty chart, the low is on the Bank Nifty, it is 43,751. Watch out for 43,751 on Bank Nifty, and watch out for Nifty 19,474. If you see these two levels being cut once again, then you can be sure it is headed for much down levels today itself. Otherwise, markets may just spend next couple of hours in this range, which will ensure theta decay for Bank Nifty players. You should also keep in mind, today being Bank Nifty expiry or sellers of 0 DTE options will be eager to eat the premium. These days volatility is low, premiums are low, so they wouldn't want the markets to move anywhere. They just want to, like, scalp or capitalize on the theta decay for the day by sitting at OTM strike prices, and they would prefer market to just remain there and die out there before 3:30, so that, like, whatever little premiums they have collected in the morning, that gets stayed with them, as premium collected will be with the seller. And buyer of options thinking, like, markets may once again create some kind of a direction, may end up losing. So this is the game between option seller and option buyer. Markets were having games of buyers and sellers. Now it is, like, it is option buyer versus option seller. Each one will have their own days. Some days it is a game of option buyer, some days it's a game of option seller. Today I don't know who will take the trophy, but since morning 3 hours have passed, and looks like the edge is with option sellers. Option sellers would have got at least 50% of the morning's decay as of now, and they probably are sitting with decent return, and probably they are hoping that market will stay here for a couple of more hours, and they end up keeping the premium at 3:30. Let us see how it goes. If you have any queries, once again, you can put it in the chat box. We will look into it. And if you are interested in our trading programs, then you can, I think somebody is telling black screen is coming on the chart. I don't know whether it is why the black screen is coming. So let us see any of the things that is, once again it is, I think you are getting a black screen. Whatever is the case, let us once again catch up tomorrow morning and see how the day goes. Have a profitable trading day. I have given my view for the day, and that's it for now. Let us once again catch up tomorrow. Until then, Om Swasti.